You know, we are lucky enough here at the Texas Daily to have some fantastic guests who join us from time to time. People who come from different walks of life and different bodies of knowledge and expertise. And one of them is here tonight. Yes. Joining us now, Dave Lieber, consumer watchdog. Spent some time in Tarrant County, now spending some time in Dallas County.
He's county to county.
And we just call him our own Texas Daily watchdog.
Yes,
Dave,
sir.
Welcome.
Hey. I came today bearing the gift of how to shop for electricity.
I've never done it in my entire life.
Me either.
See, now that scares me because you two are so intelligent. You're leaders in the community, and you
I
haven't
must have
shopped.
you fooled, but thank you for that. But I've never shopped for electricity.
I have switched providers.
But I've thought about it, so enlighten us.
Well, it's, let me just say it's especially serious because my column coming out in the Sunday Dallas Morning News is an exclusive story about how one of the best-known electricity companies in Texas is being charged in a class action lawsuit for racketeering for running a pyramid scheme.
Oh.
They haven't been proven that they've done it, but that's serious-sounding stuff, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to be really careful who you pick, how you pick, what the rates are.
How do you pick?
Well, I came up with a system. It's powered by my Watchdog Nation,
The Lieber
which is
formula.
my little consumer rights movement that I run on watchdognation.com, through the Dallas Morning News. Well, you want to find a company that has a low fixed rate that also matches a high customer service rating. You put 1 + 1 together, and you've got the good company. It's that simple. Because these rates are really low, but then you look at their customer service ratings, and they're terrible because they don't even answer their phone. So you find one that balances out customer service and fixed rate. You lock in. You should be paying about 8 cents a kilowatt hour now, which is really low. And I guarantee you,
absolutely no idea.
well, you have to have two. You have to know 2 things.
8 cents a kilowatt hour.
Well, maybe
But that
9.
sounds complicated. I mean, it's going to take you forever to find a company, right?
Well, no, see, I wrote this story in the Morning News a couple of weeks ago, and my goal is to get it out to the world. I've given out probably 100,000 copies of the sheets of paper. And it shows you, it just shows you, shows you how to do it. It's online. I can send you a self-addressed stamped envelope. Send me the paper. I'll send you a copy, but it's also online for free. And it ran in the paper a couple weeks ago. And basically,
10 rules to help you find the right provider.
There's a website that you go to called Power to Choose. It's created by the state of Texas, and on there you use that as your there's your little baseball stadium where you play ball. It takes a half an hour, an hour. You got to know 2 things, Gary and Mitch. You got to know when your contract expires, because you got to change 5 days before it expires. And then you got to know how much your kilowatt hour rate is so you can compare and shop and get something different.
So at Power to Choose, is it easy to compare?
Yeah, it's real easy. It's so easy. And a lot of people don't have computers at home and all that, right?
Yeah,
so you go to your friend's house or your kid's house or the local library and you ask somebody to sit down with you and you work it for 20 minutes or an hour. Because, I guarantee you, most people in Texas are overpaying because they don't know how to do this. My first few years that I was trying to buy electricity, I was lost. And I was overpaying. And then I figured out this system, and it took me a really long time, and I refined it and refined it. And like I said, I've shared this with lots of Texans, and I'm really proud of it because people have told me they've saved a lot of money. A couple $100 in July and in August. If the difference between like a 12-cent kilowatt hour and a 9 or 8 cent kilowatt hour in July and August is probably going to be $175.
In 1 month?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
3-4 cents kilowatt hour using 2,500 kilowatt hours maybe to do the math. It's really not hard to do. And I want people to get this,
This is great information, Dave. And I think a lot of viewers would be surprised to know how many vendors there are.
There's about 50 or 60.
50 providers.
That's
or
so
60
many.
in the States.
Say I switch. Say I do my research and I switch. My old company's going to come after me with a lower rate, aren't they?
No, because you're not even going to tell your old company you're switching. You're just going to tell the new company, because then if you tell the old company, it gets all fouled up. This says only tell the new company.
New company, and they take care of it.
Yeah, they'll take care of it.
Really?
And you can call your old company and go, hey, I'm thinking about switching. What kind of deal can you give me? And they'll say low or high. They'll usually say high. We don't care if you switch. It's very rare that they go, oh, yeah, we'll keep you.
Wow.
It depends on who you talk to. TXU is negotiating low, but other companies are not. The main 3 companies are TXU, Reliant, and Direct. They're the big players in the. But then you've got companies at the bottom of the scale like Proton Energy, which is now being fined $500,000 by the PUC.
Wow.
So in between the bottom and the top, you've got
a lot of variety.
You've got to figure out the difference between. There's probably somewhere in the middle.
Well, do they advertise on TV? Are they buying a ballpark stadium, naming rights? Are you paying for that?
Is there a famous actor who's doing commercials, maybe?
Right. Can you get an autograph, Ian Kinsler baseball, which is
Is that a good thing or a bad?
Well, I don't know. You're paying extra. You're paying extra kilowatt hour for the advertising.
Well, you named 2 that are in trouble. Are there a bunch in trouble?
Well, Proton's in trouble. That's the only one I've named. There really aren't a lot.
And you said that class action suits coming up.
Yeah. And I'll detail that in the Sunday paper. But no, there's not a lot of bad companies out there right now because the market is kind of stable. It's when the volatile prices happen that they all start losing their business because the margin on it is like a gallon of gas. It's like that thin. So they buy gas, they buy the electricity ahead of time, counting on what they need. It's a game. Some of these guys are really good at it, and they're like gamblers. Some of them just stink.
Yeah.
and their companies go. But very few companies have closed in the past couple of years, so it's stabilizing, you know, but...
Yeah, I always am worried about switching because I thought they just came and went and came and went, and then I'd be left.
Well, that's the thing. Some of these companies have been around 10 years now, and they have excellent customer service ratings, which you can see on Power to Choose.
Well, this is a great list. So this is kind of a checklist of 10 things to look for or consider.
Yeah, how to go through my
website.
Watchdog Nation system.
Okay.
You know?
And the website is powertochoose.org.
Yeah, and this sheet is on watchdognation.com, or you can send me a self-addressed email, self-addressed stamped envelope to the Dallas Morning News. I'll send you a copy.
So 15 minutes with Dave Lieber could save you 15% on that.
That's why we love having this guy around.
Everybody knows that.
I'm really glad that we got to talk about this because this is a cause of mine.
Yeah.
Teach Texans how to save money on this.
Teach Texans.
Appreciate
Teach us.
that.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay,
Great
Thanks.
information. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Coming up next on the Texas Daily, we heard a few Oxer?
Well, whatever.
Oxer. We heard a few Oscar picks yesterday. Well, now we're going to get Gary's picks on who's going to walk away with the gold statue.
I've seen every nominated film.
All right. Wow. And that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Have you seen that one? That one's pretty sleazy, isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. We're coming right back. Stay here.
And sleazy.
Good and sleazy.
Yeah.